Hi, US people. I am Chinghiz together with you. Today, January 30, 2024. What Chinghiz was in January 24 before International Court of Justice rule, provisional rule about provisional measures. Very important fact. They are what Israel evil authority, satanic evil authority of human animals start do and continue do against Palestinian civilians in Gaza. Not only in Gaza, in West Bank too, in Western Jerusalem too, but in Gaza actually happening genocide, televised genocide. And International Court of Justice rule on this case reject Israel side argument, allow South African argument application about genocide, violation of genocide convention by Israel, allowed that, and used provisional measures. And they will name already which measures. All that should stop there. Attack against civilians, killing civilians, harm them, all military operations against civilians should be stopped immediately, killing them, harm them, injuring them. And there should be full humanitarian aid allowed to Gaza because famine. President of International Court of Justice, Mrs. Donahue, read that and there how many there civilians killed, including children, injured, how many buildings destroyed, schools, hospitals, all that. She even, my English, use it UNRWA chief in Palestine, Mr. Vazarini, official report about situation in Gaza. Very important rule by International Court of Justice. And they are given to Israel side 1 month for comply with all of that. This actually means ceasefire, very near, but means that. Also, the genocide case allowed because there are some of several fact on South Africa case application against Israel. They fall under genocide convention, means there are genocide happening. There should be a full investigation in this case, but these preventive measures for stop this genocide and ruled by a court, very crucial, important. There genocide happening, there should be ceasefire, there should be fully allowed humanitarian aid, means that. And Israel shall use by using all his opportunity power for stop this, for prevent the genocide. Okay, and there are scholars, specialists about this rule by International Court of Justice. About South Africa reaction, Shibli Telami. Israel will have to halt fighting in Gaza if it wants to adhere to International Court of Justice orders, South Africa's Minister of International Relations said after the ruling. How do you provide aid and water without a ceasefire? If you read the order, by implication, a ceasefire must happen. Rob Hawes, Yale law scientist, scholar, international law professor, Hathaway. Mr. Hathaway. This is a blockbuster quote from Yale law, Yale University law scholar. Quote, this is a blockbuster decision, giving South Africa almost everything it could have reasonably hoped for, even winning the vote of the ad hoc judge appointed by Israel for some portions of the order. The question is what happens next. Francesca Albanese. Genocide is a dormant gene of settler colonialism. Seeing Israel as the state born out of the Holocaust, some countries can't accept that it might commit atrocities, including genocide. Acknowledging Israel's settler colonial origins would help remedy that false perception and more toward justice. Owen Jones. Why have all the commentators who cheered on Israel massacre gone quiet after the International Court of Justice near unanimously ruled that there was a plausible risk that Israel is committing genocide in Gaza? You normally have lots to say. Why the silence? Asking Owen Jones. Jason Hickel, the International Court of Justice is issuing provisional orders against Israel. This is monumental. BDS movement. Historic defeat for Israel. International Court of Justice rules Israel is plausibly committing Gaza genocide and orders Israel to stop committing genocidal acts. We applaud South Africa's moral leadership and call for urgent BDS pressure to make US-Israel axis actually stop the genocide. Sam Husseini, Francis Boyle, international law scholar, and have experience. He was present Bosnia and Herzegovina at International Court of Justice on genocide case in 1994, I think. Francis Boyle on the International Court of Justice orders, quote, "This is massive, overwhelming legal victory for the Republic of South Africa against Israel on behalf of the Palestinians. The United Nations General Assembly now can suspend Israel from participation in its activities as it did for South Africa and Yugoslavia. It, when in South Africa, was apartheid regime, and Yugoslavia, who committed genocide. It can admit Palestine as a full member, and especially since the International Criminal Court has been a farce. It can establish a tribunal to prosecute the highest level officials of the Israeli government, both civilian and military. Highest level official of Israeli government, both civilian and military. Very crucial, important, and this shall happen. In United Nations General Assembly shall act together. Use United for Peace resolution and act without delay. This is crucial. International Court of Justice rules by overwhelming majority. Israel must halt attacks on Palestinians, ensure humanitarian aid, preserve evidence, submit response to the court within 1 month. Craig Mohber. The International Court of Justice has ruled on provisional measures in the genocide case against Israel, which must immediately stop killing and harming people in Gaza and inflicting destructive conditions on them, punish incitement, allow all humanitarian aid, save evidence, and report next month. And hashtag victory. Correct. Greta Thunberg, tweeted by Ishar. Greta Thunberg calls out Israel genocide during the speech in Leipzig, Germany. Quote, "We cannot remain silent. No one can remain silent when there is an ongoing genocide and when people are denied the most basic human needs. To stand with Palestine is to be human." And here video, short video.
We cannot remain silent. No one can remain silent when there's an ongoing genocide and when people are denied the most basic human needs. We must always stand up and speak up against oppression, against imperialism, against war, and against discrimination and racism in all forms. To stand with Palestine is to be human. We cannot allow ourselves to be silenced. So thank you for being here, and thank you for continuing to protest, speaking up, boycotting, and do everything that you can to raise your voice for Palestine.
Greta Thunberg. And who was doing one of these coalition of countries who complicit in genocide. Means fully supported, aided, financing, arming. We can call them coalition. Francesca Albanese, United Nations Special Rapporteur on Occupied Palestine Territory. May other government officials and diplomats, especially in European and Arab countries, demonstrate the integrity shown by their Dutch counterparts. There couldn't be a more compelling historical moment to do so. About government officials and diplomats. And she replied to tweet from Nate Bear. Developing story from the Netherlands. A group of government officials and diplomats has submitted evidence to the Hague that Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte this attack to the International Court of Justice. Evidence to the Hague. The Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte asked the country's legal affairs ministry this attack, increasing attack, sonic weapon. You are witnessing sonic weapon attacking me. Who doing that? They televised genocide. Same persons, same groups, same countries who keep him under control under this system, torture. They televised it in live, attacking me by sonic weapon. You're witnessing that. Same they're doing against Palestinians in Gaza. Who they? I repeatedly talking about that. Same. Ivan Aliyev, his generals in Bankia, both Putin Netanyahu Mossad helping by Hatice Hamaliyev. Behind Sen Rothschild and Co., who owned the system which ruled the world, including British monarchy family, royal family, and how Western countries' political establishment belonged them, how Rothschild and Co., who ruled the world by this system, fully controlled them, you're witnessing now. They all supporting, aiding, arming, financing ongoing televised genocide before your eyes. How Western countries' political establishment belong to this system which owned by Rothschild and Co. Same. Against me this, against you this. And climate crisis, they job. They work. These two. Really. Developing story from the Netherlands. A group of government officials and diplomats has submitted evidence to the Hague, means International Court, that Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte asked the country's legal affairs ministry, quote, what can we say to make it look like Israel is not committing war crimes? Netherlands Prime Minister asking cabinet member what they can do for deny this ongoing genocide. Netherlands Prime Minister. Here video how Israeli children hating, and this starting from Nakba 1948, during the decade of years, hating Palestinians. Huh? I'm previous Chinghiz wife said, replaying to this Putler's опиздевшая жопа Mandoloshka Elon Musk, blah blah, about Palestinian children in Gaza. Look at this video. They are teenage, they are children. And they are Israeli, these children too, civilians blocking humanitarian aid to Gaza even. They are also video fact. Dr. Miriam Francois, why would you block aid to starving people? Why? Kill them. Genocide, exterminate them, and also force for leave land, means ethnic cleansing. She replied to tweet from Middle East Eye profile name. Hundreds of Israeli protesters gathered at the Kerem Shalom crossing on Wednesday to block and protest against aid trucks that are set to deliver humanitarian aid to Palestinians in Gaza. There are video about that. Also, here, Israeli journalists revealing how Israel officials lying about how Hamas killed in Kibbutz Be'eri 8 babies and the elderly women. This all lie. And Israeli journalists in live saying that. They are not confirmation. This lie. They are not. These journalists revealing fact about another lie of Netanyahu, Biden, Sunak, Schultz, Moltz, all that. Rutte for deny there are no genocide, no war crimes. Well, this condom, Netherlands Prime Minister Rutte. Inhumane, huh? How all they mask Western civilization, democracy, human rights, all men drop it. Human animals, actually. Here video.
اللهم ارحم أنينهم اللهم لب نداءهم اللهم صن أرواحهم اللهم اكلأهم بكلئك اللهم احمهم بحمايتك اللهم أحطهم بحنانك.
Several children after another bombardment by coalition bomb and missiles. The International Court of Justice rule reading announcing meant by the World Court President, Mrs. Donahue.
I shall now read out the operative part of the order. For these reasons, the court indicates the following provisional measures to prevent the commission of all acts within the scope of Article 2 of the Convention. In particular, A, killing members of the group, B, causing serious bodily or mental harm to members of the group, C, deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part, and D, imposing measures intended to prevent births within the group. In favor, President Donahue, Vice President Gevorgian, Judges Tomka, Abraham, Benuna, Yusuf, Shway, Bandari, Robinson, Salam, Iwasawa, Nolte, Charlesworth, Brandt, Judge Ad hoc Moseneke. Against, Judge Sebatinde, Judge Ad hoc Barak. By 15 votes to 2, the State of Israel shall ensure, with immediate effect, that its military does not commit any acts described in point 1 above. In favor, President Donahue, Vice President Gevorgian, Judges Tomka, Abraham, Benuna, Yusuf, Shway, Bandari, Robinson, Salam, Iwasawa, Nolte, Charlesworth, Brandt, Judge Ad hoc Moseneke. Against, Judge Sebatinde, Judge Ad hoc Barak. By 16 votes to 1, the State of Israel shall take all measures within its power to prevent and punish the direct and public incitement to commit genocide in relation to members of the Palestinian group in the Gaza Strip. In favor, President Donahue, Vice President Gevorgian, Judges Tomka, Abraham, Benuna, Yusuf, Shway, Bandari, Robinson, Salam, Iwasawa, Nolte, Charlesworth, Brandt, Judges ad hoc Barak, Masenike. Against, Judge Sabatinde. By 16 votes to 1, the State of Israel shall take immediate and effective measures to ensure the provision of urgently needed basic services and humanitarian assistance to address the adverse conditions of life faced by Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. In favor, President Donahue, Vice President Gevorgian, Judges Tomka, Abraham, Benuna, Yusuf, Shway, Bandari, Robinson, Salam, Iwasawa, Nolte, Charlesworth, Brandt, Judges ad hoc Barak, Masenike. Against, Judge Sabatinde. By 15 votes to 2, the State of Israel shall take effective measures to prevent the destruction and ensure the preservation of evidence related to allegations of acts within the scope of Article 2 and Article 3 of the Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide against members of the Palestinian group in the Gaza Strip. In favor, President Donahue, Vice President Gevorgian, Judges Tomka, Abraham, Benuna, Yusuf, Shway, Bandari, Robinson, Salam, Iwasawa, Nolte, Charlesworth, Brandt, Judge ad hoc Masenike. Against, Judge Sabatinde, Judge ad hoc Barak. By 15 votes to 2, the State of Israel shall submit a report to the court on all measures taken to give effect to this order within 1 month as from the date of the order. In favor, President Donahue, Vice President Gevorgian, Judges Tomka, Abraham, Benuna, Yusuf, Shway, Bandari, Robinson, Salam, Iwasawa, Nolte, Charlesworth, Brandt, Judge ad hoc Masenike. Against, Judge Sabatinde, Judge ad hoc Barak. I shall now call upon the registrar to read the
Mustafa Barghouti. We are witnessing the end of the Israeli unlawful impunity in front of the international law, which lasted for 75 years. That's true. 75 years of impunity. And we decided to end that. Israel apartheid regime, fascist authority should be stopped finally. We should prevent genocide, stop genocide. We should stop ethnic cleansing of Gaza. This court rule giving very powerful opportunity. Palestinians will remain in Gaza, in their land, but their Israel and coalition decided exactly opposite by televised genocide, by extermination and including and also by ethnic cleansing, take land from Palestinians. And we have World Court rule. Palestinians, Gaza, their land, Palestinians' land, they shall remain there. Genocide should stop it. Humanitarian aid shall be allowed. And this means ceasefire and all humanitarian aid, including food, including medicine, all will allowed. by court rules. Muhammed Shahada, the genocide statement the International Court of Justice just quoted, were made by Israelis. President Herzog, an entire nation is responsible. The genocidal intent, of course. Foreign Minister Katz, they will not receive a drop of water. Defense Minister Gallant, human animals. Those are the moderates of the government, not a marginal fringe. That's true. Julia Steinberger. To all universities and institutional relationships with Israeli universities. You are now official partners with organizations complicit in genocide. Are you sure this is what you want to be known for? Asking Julia Steinberger. Students, organizations, and unions should be pushing for halting these relationships. Very important, this should be happening. She replying to this tweet from Christine Shobel Patel. Unis that have research partnership with Israeli universities that have research partnership with Israeli universities that develop weapons systems to oppress Palestinians could see pressure from their students. Student fees for assisting genocide is a bad look for reputation sensitive universities. Very important. Naomi Klein, why International Court of Justice ruling against Israel war in Gaza is a game changer. Masred from Ras Segal. She replying to article, but truly this very important. Mohammed Shahada, interesting. Top Hamas leader declares Hamas stand ready to appear before the International Criminal Court and bear the burden of any judicial finding against it or its members after full and fair trial. Is Israel? PS. Israel rejected the International Criminal Court probe, called it anti-Semitic. Owen Jones, journalist. I'd be interested to hear from lawyers on this. Article 33 of the Geneva Convention, for a start, prohibits collective punishment. How is this not collective punishment? And how is this compatible with the International Court of Justice ruling that Israel must allow humanitarian access? And he replied to own tweet from January 27. There are 13,000 Palestinians working for UNRWA, United Nations humanitarian aid for Gaza. There are allegations against 12 staff members or 0.00, okay, percent. And that's what they are, allegation based on Israeli interrogations of prisoners. Israeli interrogations of prisoners. How Israel tortured prisoners, very well known. This can't be credible based on that, even. Even this true, even, are coming to that, how this, you must drop it, satanic evil, political establishment of developed countries, Western countries. Stop funding UNRWA when they are famine already. Inevitable, nearly inevitable. Famine there, nearly inevitable. And in this situation, United States, Britain, Germany, France, Italy, Canada, Netherlands, Australia, Austria, and others stopped funding UNRWA. Satanic evil. And this should be crime. South Africa can act, when in this point I call South Africa, Israel leaders, including Prime Minister, said they not will comply with International Court of Justice rules. They will continue the genocide, and they did and doing. When their rule stop killings, only during 24 hours. Their ruling was January 26 and January 27. There are hundreds killings. I not recall exact number, but I think nearly 200 civilians they are killed. Among half of them, approximately, means more than 100 or around that children. After court rule, after Netanyahu refused comply, and humanitarian aid also court rule there should be fully humanitarian aid allowed. Israel even increased their blockade and also using that allegation, against 12 members of UNRWA linked to Hamas and the attack on October 7, which happened not in vacuum. And United States and this coalition of genocide immediately, even not waiting, the investigation will finished, launched by UNRWA, interior investigation. Immediately stop it, suspend funding UNRWA. So obvious, people, so obvious. They all complicit on this televised genocide. Already all question over. Oh, they decided by genocide and ethnic cleansing, remove Palestinians from Gaza, and there should be annexation by Israel, and same will happen later to West Bank, and finally in West Bank and Eastern Jerusalem, no doubt. For that, Western countries, United States with his genocide president Joe Biden and Blinken, Sullivan, others, and bipartisan Congress, same in Britain, in Germany, France, Italy, etc. from start. Now we witnessing that their decision from start. Again, people, all this very crucial fact. They knew before October 7th this attack will. They did nothing for stop that, prevent. After that happening, the genocide, and we already finally this conflict verified, seeing how this coalition of genocide decided to do that. By what they will continue distract, mistract. They are two-state solution. They against Israel. Biden very tired on Netanyahu. Biden this. Biden thinking about ceasefire. This all lie. For do that they needed concrete action. But such thing Biden administration did several times. Huh? There was we against killing of civilians. After that, already 2 months after that, 2 months, mass killing already come to genocide, undeniable, and court ruling on that. But Biden administration said that, but did nothing, even increase financing and arm Israel, sending more bombs and missiles. And after that, again, Biden tied on Netanyahu. After that, what we're seeing, increasing back in Israel, including defunding this UNRWA. Which tactic they're using? I'm talking about that. Same will do Britain and others. Invest that can distract. Because so obviously they are televised genocide and all they're complicit. And for distract your mind, they will blah blah. South Africa should come earlier to Norway this month. This very important point. South Africa should again come to International Court of Justice because urgency of situation. They're defending UNRWA only. They are organization who doing something for prevent this extermination of Palestinians in Gaza. And Israel authority decision. They not will comply. Why we shall wait 1 month? When Israel increasing the attack, more children killing, it is all that. And UNRWA and food. Their famine, nearly inevitable situation, and South Africa have right, opportunity, means rightful this about law, international law, including particularly in this case, Genocide Convention, should again come to International Court of Justice, not waiting this 1 month, 30 days. For urgency rule, again, for prevent that. For prevent that, International Court of Justice can additional their preventive measures order. I say, Felipe Lazzarini, chief of UNRWA. UNRWA life-saving assistance is about to end following countries' decision to cut their funding to the agency. Our humanitarian operation, on which 2 million people depend as a lifeline in Gaza, is collapsing. I am shocked such decisions are taken based on alleged behavior of a few individuals, and as the war continues, needs are deepening and famine looms. Palestinians in Gaza did not need this additional collective punishment. This stains all of us. And their statement, full statement from Felipe Lazzarini. Kenneth wrote, while not even a remotely comparable reaction to the extensive evidence of Israeli war crimes in Gaza or the International Court of Justice ruling of probable genocide, and he replying to this tweet from Middle East Eye. The following 7 countries have suspended UNRWA funding based on Israeli claims that 12 of the agency's 30,000 employees, 13,000 of them working in Gaza. Employees took part in Hamas attacks. And their country names: United States, Canada, Britain, Finland, Australia, Italy, Netherlands, Switzerland. UNRWA facts. It has 30,000 employees, 13,000 of which are in Gaza. Most of them are Palestinian refugees and a small number of international staff. In Gaza, it runs 183 schools, 22 health facilities, and 7 women's centers, among several other facilities. Its schools are attended by 238,645 students in Gaza, while its medical facilities have 3.4 million average visits per year, according to United Nations data. And this coalition, part of this coalition of genocide. Biden, Sunak, Trudeau, the Netherlands, another condom with human animals as written. Megatron, Justin, Britain says it has considerable concern about International Court of Justice ruling reject genocide accusation. Britain's spokesperson says Israel's action in Gaza cannot be described as a genocide, which is why we thought South Africa's decision to bring the case was wrong and provocative. Britain is another country that has undermined the legitimacy of the International Court of Justice in The Hague, particularly not recognizing the judgment of the court that they themselves created. It questions its existence. Western countries, in addition to being ready to go to war with the Houthis in the name of Israel, Houthis means Yemen Authority, they are now ready to destroy the International Court of Justice in The Hague because of Israel. Very correct. Because of Israel, they start to destroy international law, international order. And this Israel, which their apartheid regime, decade of years, which televised genocide committing before your eyes, and International Court of Justice rule about that. And provisional measures for stop that. Prevent and stop. Some saying even if charges against UNRWA are true, it wouldn't A. Justify what the US and the core are doing, and B. Explain the remarkable timing regarding International Court of Justice rule. Immediately. International Court of Justice rule and reaction from United States and this coalition of genocide reaction against UNRWA. Particular International Court of Justice President quote from UNRWA Chief Lazzarini there. Sam Husseini this tweet reply to his tweet from January 26. Really incredible that the United States and Israeli government went after UNRWA just as the International Court of Justice was citing them. The Palestinians and support agencies are being told, die quietly. No blah blah. We exterminated you, shut up and die quietly. This is Joe Biden saying. Look at his face. Blinken face. Human animal. Luigi Daniele. Third state complicity in genocide in one line. Quote, our humanitarian operation, on which 2 million people depend as a lifeline in Gaza, is collapsing. Luigi Daniele replying to tweet from Lazzarini. Craig Mohaber. The United States and other Western states have now joined together to kick Palestinian civilians while they are down, enduring a brutal genocide by defunding the humanitarian safety net, UNRWA. The violent racism of these countries has no limit. Of course, that. The history of colonialism, well known. United States, Britain, Netherlands, Germany, France, Italy, and others. Well known. And after World War II, mask, world rule, peace. And now they mask drop it. There are no changes. They're racist, they're fascist. Here call for donation. Rob House. I just donated to UNRWA. Here, UNRWA.USA.org donate, and they have directly this USA branch of UNRWA. They are main UNRWA also have site. They open for donation, they campaign. I call you all people who can be donors of UNRWA. They are crucial. Palestinian children, women, elders, they are dying because no food. If you are in US taxpayer, apparently the donation is eligible for tax deduction. Dr. Myriam Francois, the United Kingdom, United States cut aid to United Nations agency providing lifelines for Palestinian refugees based on dubious hearsay about will not stop. Hearsay, but will not stop. Again, I'm reading this attack. The Britain and United States cut aid to United Nations agency providing lifelines for Palestinian refugees based on dubious hearsay, but will not stop sales of arms to Israel despite concerns within Britain government and now International Court of Justice ruling of post-genocide and tens of thousands dead, including two mothers every hour, two mothers every hour killed. Not in my name, ending his tweet, Mariam Francois. Francesca Albanese. The day after International Court of Justice concluded that Israel is plausibly committing genocide in Gaza, some states decided to defund UNRWA, collectively punishing millions of Palestinians at the most critical time and most likely violating their obligations under the Genocide Convention. And she replying to a tweet from Sam Husseini. And Sam Husseini tweeting. Francis Boyle stated that with states, including United States and Britain government, cutting off funding to UNRWA, it is no longer the case of the states aiding and abetting Israeli genocide against the Palestinians in violation of Genocide Convention Article 3E, Article 3E, criminalizing complicity in genocide. These states are now also directly violating Genocide Convention Article 2C by themselves, quote, deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part, end of quote. Craig Mohaber, the curtain has been pulled back. The veil has been ripped away. The mask has been discarded. There is no law applicable to the West. They never really believed in human rights, humanitarian law, or even the prohibition of genocide. It was all about controlling the others. Shame. Tweeting Craig Mohaber. Very correct. Sarah, Israel kills 152 UNRWA workers in Gaza. 152 UNRWA workers in Gaza killed by Israel. The highest death toll among United Nations staffers ever. The United States and Britain don't even blink. The International Court of Justice accuses Israel of committing potential genocide in Gaza. The United States and Britain respond by cutting funding to UNRWA organization, which saves lives in Gaza. Sarah Lee Whitson. Let's be perfectly clear. Punishing the entire UNRWA organization for potential wrongdoing of a dozen employees is effectively collective punishment against Palestinians and directly contravenes International Court of Justice order to increase aid to them. Correct. Megatron Blinken, angry at the International Court of Justice ruling, angry at the International Court of Justice ruling that Israel is committing genocide, means that the United States, Britain, Germany, and other United States vassal states cut off funding to UNRWA. The day after the verdict, the United States and its vassals massively cut funding to UNRWA on the grounds that its members had participated in attacks on Israel. All these countries ignored the court's decision and continue to support the Israeli genocide. In this way, completely undermining the legitimacy of court that they themselves formed. Without the help of UNRWA, many Palestinian children will lose their lives due to hunger and lack of food and water. True. This Lazzarini, head of UNRWA. Luigi Daniele, question: how can a state order it to take all measures within its power to prevent the commission of killing, injuring, traumatizing members of protected group, and second, ensure with immediate effect that its military does not commit any of these acts, abide while continuing war? Asking Luigi Daniele. And question 2 by Luigi Daniele. Given that part of the war is now shutting down in reprisal, one of the main United Nations agencies that is trying to keep survivors alive, that is UNRWA. How does this not violate the provisional measures and further highlight intent to eliminate? Very important. Bill Francis Boyle, international law scholar. Craig Mohiber, perpetrator regimes put on trial by the international community for genocide since 1945. List. Again, perpetrator regimes put on trial by the international community for genocide since 1945. Germany, 1945. Yugoslavia, 1993. Rwanda, 1994. Cambodia, 2001. Myanmar, 2019. Israel, 2024. And there Russia too coming to that. Nick Bilal. Following the decision by Western capital to join in Israeli genocide by cutting funding to Gaza's main source of humanitarian aid, please donate what you can to UNRWA and pass the donation link on the friends and family. Donate to UNRWA hashtag and donation link there. Mariam Francois, absolutely outrageous. The British government clearly wants to fight with the British public, and believe me, it's ready for it. Enough is enough. She replied to a tweet from Sky News. Breaking. Tweet from Sky News. Breaking. The Britain government will temporarily pause funding to United Nations Relief Agency in Gaza over claims members were involved in Hamas attack on Israel. full story. Interesting tweet from Danny Hip Fong. Half of Biden's voters believe Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. Biden is finished. He replying to article from The Hill, and here headline from The Hill. Half of Biden voters say Israel committing genocide in Gaza. This. Half of Biden voters. They believe Israel committing genocide in Gaza. Mustafa Barghouti, led by the fascist Israeli minister Ben-Gvir, Israeli extremists, including 12 Israeli ministers from Likud and ruling party, and religious Jewish fundamentalist parties, in addition to 15 members of Knesset, held a conference in Jerusalem calling for the ethnic cleansing of Gaza and building settlements in it. Their conference for calling ethnic cleansing after International Court of Justice ruling. This happened. This photo from this conference. Look, they are officials. They are 12 ministers. They are member of parliament. They are others. They're calling for ethnic cleansing of Gaza and building Gaza for them, for the settlers. After International Court of Justice rule. This also, South Africa shall bring to International Court of Justice this fact too. The genocide, the ethnic cleansing happening, this intent, they're talking about that, calling for that. Agnes Kalamart from International Amnesty from Amnesty International. Sickening, heartless decision of the richest countries in the world to punish the most vulnerable population on earth because of the alleged crimes of 12 people, right after the International Court of Justice ruling finding risk of genocide. Sickening. And she replying to tweet from World Health Organization head Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. And he tweeting, we appeal to donors not to suspend their funding to UNRWA at this critical moment. Cutting off funding will only hurt the people of Gaza, Palestinians who desperately need support. Tweeting World Health Organization head Tedros, Mr. Tedros. Sarah, Israel has now killed more than 13,000 Palestinian children in Gaza. 13,000 children in just 113 days. Western leaders respond to cutting funding to the UNRWA, which feeds starving children in Gaza. We are witnessing a Holocaust in Gaza, and Western leaders are cheering it on. Very correct. Western countries part of this genocide. Coalition of genociders. Abby Martin. How can anyone believe Israel claims about UNRWA when officials stated they intend to destroy it to expedite genocide weeks ago? They decided destroy UNRWA. Abu Martin replying to tweet from Esheru. Esheru tweeting, quote, "It will be impossible to win the war if we do not destroy UNRWA, and this destruction must begin immediately." Noga Arbel, former Israeli official, January 4th, 2024. Huh? And after that, Israel say, hey, and this, of course, coordinated for behind scene. They are 12 linked to UNRWA, and they immediately defunding UNRWA. Dr. Myriam Francois, this concerted effort to unduly influence press freedom in this country, means in Britain, by the foreign state which seeks to evade accountability must be challenged by each and every one of us. This is a threat to a core freedom, accountability of power. Do not stay silent, tweeting Miriam. She replied to tweets from Abiya. Abiya tweeting, the Zionists are now seeking to have James O'Brien kicked out of LBC, this channel, internet channel, TV channel, LBC, for questioning Israeli story. Pretty soon, anyone with a pen and paper will be labeled as anti-Semitic and a terrorist. And here a video from James O'Brien about that. Very important video, watch.
O'Brien is a O'Brien is a sanctimonious pig attempting to incite more anti-Semitism in the UK. He will have blood on his hands for this. He is without doubt a closeted anti-Semite and should be kicked out of LBC as a very dangerous influencer. That's from Jill in Brighton. So Jill is responding to the question I ask off the back of this clip. And the question is, does it sound to you as if the Israeli ambassador is justifying the destruction of every home, school, and hospital in the Gaza Strip?
One of the things we realized that every school, every mosque, every second house has an access to tunnel. So this is, and of course, ammunition.
That's an argument for destroying the whole of Gaza, every single building in it.
So do you have another solution how to destroy
that's me being a sanctimonious pig attempting to incite more anti-Semitism in the UK by asking you what you think the Israeli ambassador to the UK is saying.
Correct and concrete. And they are attacking him, asking LBC, fire him, remove from there James O'Brien. Israel, apartheid, satanic, evil, fascist authority, terrorist authority. They're openly calling for genocide again and again, again and again. And they're doing that in televised forum. Even after International Court of Justice rule, increasing that, as you're seeing, against UNRWA too, means collective punishment of Israeli Palestinians, despite International Court of Justice rules. How they're destroying international law, International Court of Justice, international order, by genocide destroying. Luigi Daniele, reality check track record for the International Court of Justice to assess the report on the execution of provisional measures. First 3 days. Again, reality check track record for the International Court of Justice to assess the report on the execution of provisional measures. First 3 days. Provisional measures 1 and 2. 339 killed and 600 injured. This is after International Court of Justice rule. After that, immediately, exactly. This is about provisional measures 1 and 2. Stop killings. And what happened? Israel killed. 339 killed and 600 injured. Provisional measures 4. Leading the shutting down of UNRWA. International Court of Justice rule increase humanitarian aid. Means there can't be blockade. And provisional measures number 3. See ethnic cleansing settler minister conference. I already show you about that. The provisional measures number 3, stop ethnic cleansing. But there is conference coming and decided start ethnic cleansing. Genocide with ethnic cleansing. Well, here, between the afternoons of 26th and 28th January, afternoon after International Court of Justice rule, okay? Between the afternoons of 26th and 28th January, according to the Ministry of Health in Gaza, 339 Palestinians were reportedly killed, 165 people on 28 January, 174 people on 27 January, and 600 Palestinians were injured, 290 on 28 January, and 310 on 27 January. Julia Steinberger. I cannot exist in a world where the United States, Britain, and Switzerland responded to the International Court of Justice ruling on Israeli genocide of Palestinians by cutting funding for Palestinian humanitarian assistance within 48 hours over a weekend, no less. We need to organize politically and build counterpower, call it Julia Steinberger. Very important call. This should happen. We should organize and build a counterpower without delay. Tirita Parsi, oh my God, OMG. Is this the Democrat Party plan to delegitimize authentic fury over the slaughter in Gaza, labeling Gaza ceasefire call as Putin's message? That what Nancy Pelosi, tells CNN. She wants FBI to investigate links between protesters and Putin. How is this different from Trump's MO? How APEC as one of two of Rothschild and Co. How they controlled American political establishment, fully controlled. In this Nancy Pelosi case, this is APEC, no doubt. I see. Here about escalation. Dr. Miriam Francois. 3 U.S. troops killed in drone strike on United States base in Middle East in Jordan. We said this would escalate, and it is. This has to stop now. The United States and British government are dragging us into a regional war, all because they will not stand up to Israel genocide and ethnic cleansing. Ethnic cleansing. They must keep coming off. Benzi Sanders tweeting. Israeli communication minister from the ruling Likud party admits tonight that his plan for voluntary migration of Palestinians from the Gaza Strip will actually be coerced migration, or in other words, ethnic cleansing. And this human animal who continue televised genocide and even calling for do more. Israel communication minister. Abby Martin. There is no dumber reality than the one democratic leaders pretend to live in. Here Sam Husseini replying to article from Craig Murray, probably single best article so far on International Court of Justice orders. He replying to tweet from Craig Murray. Here is my considerate analysis of the International Court of Justice ruling and its consequences from someone who was there. It contains a number of very important points I have not seen made anywhere else. Please read and share. Tweeting Craig Murray. I read that. I recommend you. I share that. I recommend you read this article. Very important. Very important article. Thanks for that to Craig Murray. This is Craig Murray. And his article from his website. Sorry, I planning read that, but now not. And here, how Herzog call it for genocide against anti-Palestinians in Gaza. And actually, one day after that, plus minus, this. EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and Parliament President Roberta Metsola. Roberta Metsola there because rule of leadership of European Union Commission. I know that. But Ursula von der Leyen. Herzog already called for genocide. And they handshaking with these human animals. Israel President Herzog, who Ursula von der Leyen and EU leadership. coalition of genocide. Very simple. And period. Craig Mohiber, make no mistake, the effort to destroy UNRWA is part of Israeli strategy to genocide in Gaza. Israel is destroying everything that might sustain civilian life in Gaza. UNRWA is the last barrier to that plan. Those who join in this effort are complicit in genocide. Shame. Craig Murray, I feel like I'm in a bad dream. Western governments continue to pretend that this is not happening, and the Western media continue to pump out a Zionist narrative that turns reality on its head, while the people have no influence whatsoever on the political class. Very correct. And Craig Murray replying to tweet from Mustafa Barghouti, which I already read about this conference of ethnic cleansing of Gaza. Tirita Parsi, Israel destroyed a cemetery in Gaza, and even they're destroying cemeteries. Oh, they're genocide. Oh, fact check. Oh, fully televised genocide ongoing there, including destroying of cemetery, part of that. Israel destroyed a cemetery in Gaza and claimed that there were Hamas tunnels underneath them. CNN went to investigate, but the Israelis refused to allow CNN to take a look. Through geolocation, CNN later determined that the tunnel entrances were clearly outside the cemetery. Why they destroy cemetery, huh, people? You understand. Evidence of genocide. These are mass graves, cemeteries. Evidence of genocide should be destroyed. Again, International Court of Justice rule, not destroy these evidences. But they doing exactly opposite. Again, Craig Mohiber, to fight back against the Israeli genocide in Palestine and United States and European complicity in it, please donate to UNRWA and encourage others to do the same. I have just done so. Only the solidarity of decent people will defeat this horror. Donate to UNRWA. I call also for that. Donate to UNRWA. Sam Saini replying to tweet from Medea Benjamin about Nancy Pelosi, but Sam Saini, yep, Robert Fitzgerald Kennedy, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, brother. When John was president, Robert was attorney general. RFK actually tried, means Robert Fitzgerald Kennedy, actually tried to get precursors to AIPAC registered as foreign agent, responding to work by the American Council of Judaism. But after JFK, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, was assassinated, Lyndon Johnson, who became president of the United States, and he was vice president to John Kennedy. Lyndon Johnson dropped everything. And he replied to the tweet from Medea Benjamin. I will again read, okay? Sam Husseini, yep. Robert Kennedy actually tried to get precursor to AIPAC registered as foreign agent, responded to work by the American Council of Judaism. But after John Kennedy was assassinated, Lyndon Johnson dropped everything. And this replied to tweet from Medea Benjamin. And Medea Benjamin tweeting, so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Nancy Pelosi wants the FBI to investigate peace activists for connection to Russia, but she taken hundreds of thousands from pro-Israel groups. Who the foreign agent here? Of course, Nancy Pelosi, and they are not hundreds of thousands. This may be what revealed it. There are millions to Pelosi, millions. I know that exactly. Millions, 10 of millions total. And she, of course, foreign agent. And now declaring that this crime by United States law. FBI shall investigate this one. Nancy Pelosi linked to foreign action as foreign agent. Some saying actually should increase pressure for Biden to get the hell out and stop trying to dominate region with colonial Israel. This tweet from Sam Saini to headline from New York Times. New York Times headline: drone strike kills 3 United States soldiers in Jordan, White House says. The attack, which the United States said was conducted by an Iran-backed militia, will likely put pressure on President Biden to respond forcefully. Paul Beckwith tweeting, there is a mega bomb waiting to explode in the Middle East. Biden must not light the fuse by attacking Iran. This quote from The Guardian, newspaper The Guardian. Craig Murray, listen, which tweet. If you visited one grave a day to pay your respect for every Palestinian child Israel has killed in this genocide, it would take you over 30 years. 30 years. And that just the ones who have graves. Tweeting Craig Murray. Again, Craig Murray. The myths of Western democracy not only have all the major neoliberal powers moved to accelerate genocide in reaction to the International Court of Justice ruling by cutting off funding to UNRWA. In each case, the main opposition party actually supports this vicious move against starving people. Sam Saini, exactly, he replying to tweet from accuracy.org. But Sam Saini, exactly, quote from this accuracy.org. Quote, the immediate response to the International Court of Justice ruling was a coordinated attack by Israel and the cabinet imperialist powers on and the combined imperialist powers on UNRWA. Again, I will read. Quote, the immediate response to the International Court of Justice ruling was a coordinated attack by Israel and the combined imperialist powers on UNRWA, designed to accelerate the genocide by stopping aid, to provide a propaganda counter narrative to the International Court of Justice judgment, and to reduce the credibility of UNRWA evidence before the court. And Samseni replaying exactly that. Huh? People. About again Samseni. Bulletin of the Atomic Scientist continues its clownish, corrupt descent. In their video announcement regarding the doomsday clock, they can't bring themselves to state that Israel has a nuclear weapons arsenal. They called about doomsday clock, kneeling, but they exclude from this list who have nuclear weapon arsenal Israel. Why? Which reason? The employees of this organization confirm Israel have nuclear weapon arsenal. Why they doing that? Why they officially try deny Israel have nuke? For which reason? For keep Israel away from this case, nuclear power state. They are under pressure, they are talks, they are etc. Israel have, but aside, untouchable, fully impunity, even in nuclear case, nuclear weapon case. There should be measures against Israel too as nuclear power, nuclear state, which have nuclear weapon arsenal. Israel should be into this list. Samseni continued. The great mind just stated the war in Gaza provides illustration of horrors of modern war, which could lead to broader conflict with several nuclear weapon states, but doesn't name the obvious nuclear weapon states. They do, of course, talk about the alleged dangers of the possibility of Iran developing nuclear weapons. Iran developing, but Israel already have, but even no talking, no discussing. And Samson tweeting, replying to this tweet from Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists. They're tweeting, today, the Bulletin Science and Security Board once again says the doomsday clock at 90 seconds to midnight. Humanity continues to face an unprecedented level of danger. But they exclude from this danger one of danger country, state in the world, who committing televised genocide and who have nuclear weapon arsenal, Israel. Shameful, shameful. How Rothschild and Co. ruled the world. Dome, all under them. All day, including this atomic scientist, blah, blah, under this dome as robot zombie acting. in this point, Azerbaijan removed from Parliament Assembly. Case. Shortly video. Why? Why? Here shortly video. Listen. Parliament Assembly of European Council of Europe. Azerbaijan delegation not registered, denying by this passé Parliament Assembly of Council of Europe. And why?
Ich komme gerade aus der Debatte hier im sogenannten Plenum der Parlamentarischen Versammlung des Europarats und wir haben darüber entschieden, dass die Delegation Aserbaidschans jetzt zunächst mal ausgeschlossen ist von der Parlamentarischen Versammlung. Nicht nur deshalb, weil die Menschenrechtslage dramatisch ist in Aserbaidschan, sondern vor allen Dingen, weil die Parlamentarische Versammlung nicht die Möglichkeit hat, ihre Arbeit in Aserbaidschan zu machen. Wir wollten jetzt zur Wahlbeobachtung, das ist eigentlich obligatorisch, das ist normal, das war nicht möglich. Wir haben Berichterstatter für wichtige Berichte, die können nicht dahin reisen, wo sie wollen, manche können gar nicht ins Land. Aserbaidschan hat in der Vergangenheit den Europarat korrumpiert, also gegen alle Regeln verstoßen, spielt uns jetzt aus gegen eine andere internationale Organisation, die OSZE, das geht nicht. Und deswegen haben wir jetzt ein Stoppsignal gesetzt. Erstmal sind die Delegierten aus Aserbaidschan nicht mehr dabei.
The first step, good step against Ilham Aliyev tyranny, dictatorship by Parliament Assembly of Council of Europe. Council of Europe also shall act accordingly, saying they already should be very powerful measures, sanctions against Ilham Aliyev authority. Today's cover photo of today's Chinghiz life. This girl under rubble, she survived. No movie. Reality. Doc. Television genocide happening. About climate crisis. Of course, Sophie Gabriel, from the father of tipping points, she tweeting, from the father of tipping points, Hans Joachim Schellenhuber, above 2 equal 4 degrees Celsius anyway. Those tipping points, this is about climate crisis again. Those tipping points and feedback loops, and climate sensitivity being wrong in the models, a truth needing face it in the climate emergency. And I will read quote from Hans Joachim Schellenhuber. Professor Hans Joachim Schellenhuber, Director Emeritus and founder of the Potsdam Institute for Climate Impact Research, believes if we go much above 2 degrees Celsius, we will quickly get to 4 degrees Celsius anyway because of the tipping points and feedbacks, which would spell the end of human civilization. Again reading. Professor Hans Joachim Schellenhuber saying, He believed if we go much above 2 degrees Celsius, we will quickly get to 4 degrees Celsius anyway because of the tipping points and feedbacks, which would spell the end of human civilization. And quote, there is a very big risk that we will just end our civilization. Quoting the saying Hans Joachim Schellenhuber. This tipping point father. Robert Hallam. Climate change could lead to food-related civil unrest in Britain. Of course, and not only Britain, but it's about Britain. 40% chance of social breakdown in Britain in next 10 years. Food shortages historically are the biggest driver of regime change. There is where climate becomes all too real. Tweeting Roger Hallam. What are you waiting for? Question. 40% chance of social breakdown in Britain due to food shortage. And he asking, what are you waiting for? Another very important tweet. Roger Hallam. What scientists are being asked to do is not to stop being scientists, but start being humans. You can all be human, I would suggest, by collectively putting out the following mass tweet, like 1,000 of you all at the same time. Quote, mass deaths, mass deaths, mass deaths. We are all facing mass deaths, you fucking idiots. End of quotes. That's for starters, and then take it from there. And he replying to tweet from another climate scientist, Leon Simons. Leon Simons here show a very crucial fact what's happening to you, to our planet. And this truly means death sentence to you, as Schellenhuber said. As scientists, tweeting Leon Simons, as scientists, we are increasingly being asked to tell the public the truth about the crisis we face in simple and direct terms. The truth is that we are shocked by the ferocity of the extreme weather extent in 2023. We are afraid of the uncharted territory that we have now entered. This sums up our experience of 2023 as it happened. It's been an honor to be part of this crucial research led by the great William Ripple and Christopher Wolf, and with co-authors Julian Craig, Johan Rockström, Newsom, Beverly Law, Louise Marquez, Tim Lenton, Chi Xi, and the late, means died already, passed it, Salemhu Haq, and Sir David King. The 2023 State of the Climate Report, Entering Uncharted Territory, call it this study. And here, look, very important graphic. Look, this red line, I will increase partly. Here, different. First, above. Antarctic sea ice extent and global sea ice extent. The upside. Look at this red line. This ice sheet, very full, very full. Next, North Atlantic Ocean sea surface temperature and World Ocean sea surface temperature. One North Atlantic Ocean, other World Ocean. Also red line, watch. All recording, all record level, all. This ocean surface. Okay? Red line, red line. And world surface temperature. Simply world surface temperature. And here are the one cumulative area burned in Canada. This one world surface temperature. Record level. Never was before, never. And here about Canada, because wildfires. People, this study, these docs, this scientist research job, work. This alarming, this blockbuster. Climate crisis, death sentence to you. No doubt. You're not able to avoid if you not will act now. Already many people will die. As here are the tweet from this is important. Again, Sophie Gabriel, quote, "It's appropriate to panic at this point," end of quote. Spoken by NASA climate scientists. The destroyers are winning. Governments are lying about the severity of what we are facing. The climate emergency is just beginning. We are at the beginning. Peter Kalmus, and quote from him. I read him. In general, it's not too late, but it is too late for some people and some ecosystems. And corporate and political leaders are still actively, irreversibly destroying Earth. It's never too late to fight, but don't be lulled by platitudes. Yeah. It's appropriate to panic at this point. It's appropriate to panic at this point. Peter Kalmus. You will die. You have two ways. This oral I saying, universe unity, Chinghiz, repeatedly, already years, means that, but particular last period of times, they are happening two things, and both will kill you. One, day, who created climate crisis now fully supported, aided, armed, ongoing televised genocide, coalition of genocide countries. And they're doing that because world rulers, Rothschild and Co., who own the system, financial system, which ruled the world as dome, and British monarch royal family part of that. And behind scene, they collaborated with Putler, which launched genocidal war in Europe against Ukraine. Huh? And they backed fully participated already, we can say, we shall say that. Western countries, coalition of genocide states, coalition of genocide state of Western countries, fully, intentionally aided, supported, financing, arming, televised genocide, which committing by Israel apartheid state of terrorist authority. And they aim it, widen, fuel this war, not only in region. Last revelation, 3 soldiers of United States was killed in Jordan by Iran linked militia drone attack. And they are Houthis in Yemen, blocking commercial trade, shipments, navigation, all lie, attacking Yemen. Now maybe we'll attack Iran. If so, already, before election of United States, 2024, this year, November election. They actually will launch big war after that by leaving NATO. So they aim. Again, I repeated the saying. They will planning kill 5 billion approximately, plus minus small quantity plus, but 5 billion of you by this big war because overpopulation. And for that, even they will use as tool climate crisis, which undeniably will kill, in start position, will kill billions. And their main aim, come leave secret position, come publicly rule world. This means new world order, new world map, where 5 billion will exterminate, they will other world. Many nations, ethnos, countries will exterminate. No doubt, people. Before your eyes, they committing televised genocide. The genocide, the coalition of states, they founded UNRWA. When they are Israel committing genocide, so much people killed, half of them children, 13,000 children. Where they need, all they need in this food, they're funding UNRWA. And their conference in Israel, how they will forcibly remove Palestinians from Gaza and will rebuild Gaza for themselves. Means ethnic cleansing. 2, genocide and ethnic cleansing. But they're killing before your eyes. They will kill billions. I'm talking about they will kill billions. No doubt. If this will come to big war stage, means they will succeed launch big war, they will kill billions, no doubt. You think them, who they? They before your eyes, unmasked. All them, all of them. Putler, Biden, Sunak, this King Charles, Miles, others. Netanyahu, but mainly Rothschild. United States bipartisan Congress. Same in Europe, in Germany, in EU, in other countries. Billions. They will do that. And when I say they're planning use climate crisis for kill as tool for kill billions, that's true. But they believe they will survive. They will adopt. For them, even not will some serious problem. Then climate crisis will come to level of killing by killing level where they will billions will die because climate crisis. And they not will affect it, seriously even, not will affect it. They believe in that. Therefore, they blocking any action, serious action on climate crisis. Blah, blah, for mislead you, disturb your mind about carbon capture, blah, 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 blah. Delaying fossil fuel phase out. You're laughing on you. Already COPs, climate summits come to clonada, period. And very remarkable, next clonada will happen this year in Azerbaijan, COP29. And they did that because center of the decision, me. Ilham Aliyev shall still in authority and should be still untouchable. There are nearly 200 countries' leaders will attend. 90,000 officials. How they operating, how they playing this playbook, using the schemes for support, back, help Ilham Aliyev, because I am. He controlled me under the system terror and torture. And particularly last period of time, they very severely, very angrily want kill me now. This should happen now, in this second, in this minute, in this second. This form they're attacking me daily, nightly. Israel, Mossad, Putin, Ilham Aliyev, behind saying who? British royal family, monarchy family, and finally Rothschild and Co. Who they? But about climate crisis, you're facing death sentence, people. How you can't wait? For what you wait? For what? This is about physics. This not will happen. You will act and will stop. This not will exist. Not will happen. You not will able stop climate crisis because tipping point will all achieve destroy means this as organism. Plant as organism. You're destroying this organism. As avalanche effect will start very near. You're very near of that. And after that, you will realize in your mind, you shall act, but will too late. Because this is about physics. You as civilization not have enough power for stop climate crisis in any of the level. Means avalanche effect, tipping point, all that happening, and you have power coming and stuff. This not exist. This not will happen. Okay? Therefore, now you each day losing your chance for stop this death sentence to you. Same day, across the world, on streets and squares worldwide, billions should be on streets and squares. Billions. Organize that and do that. And all that billions also same time should have bold position and act against this state coalition of states of genocide. States of genocide who backed Israel on the televised genocide against Palestinians. I say, my mission for you again, for rescue you, and exactly this happening. You will die if you not will act. I try all put into your mind. Act, wake up, act now without delay. No listen to them, this shameful, evil, satanic political establishment of West and East. They say, no be fooled. East bad, West good. Now West bad, East good. No be fooled, people. Stop that finally. They will use that. China, Russia, all they will come there. Hey, look, they're so bad, satanic, evil, axis of evil. And they will lie. But themselves, who? China, Russia, before your eyes, also axis of evil, undeniable. This is because dome system that which rule the world and system owners, Rothschild and Co. Period. We shall fight them. How? I'll show you way. We shall stop climate crisis and of course this urgency of stopping the genocide, ongoing genocide in Gaza. And also we shall act to stop this climate crisis. My mission for that. Rescue. You will fail, you will die. If you will join me to my call and act according to as I call, you will survive. You will succeed. Do that, people. Do that without delay. Without delay. Organize again. Organize immediately, without delay. Worldwide, as one team, one movement of Earth's people, worldwide. Us should be billions on street and squares, same day. All together with you people, I am Chinghiz from Universe Unity.